Listen, I'm really, really excited to talk to you guys about the new Fisher development that's making headlines all across the city and state. But I'm really interested on learning how the two of you decided to come together and partner to take on such a massive project.
So it was particularly interesting because we just struck up a conversation on Memorial Day. I think it was 2018, and Greg talked about us partnering together. I told him, I'd love to, if I felt like it was a great honor. And we tried to think of, start talking about projects that interested us. And I said the Fisher Body, and he said, well, I was thinking about Fisher Body. We had both been independently riding past the building, thinking about what it could become, and it went straight from there. We went right into talking about how to make it work, and figuring out the numbers on it. And so, we just happened to be at the same place for Memorial Day.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Hey, we had a Memorial Day gathering. Hey, let's figure out how to dream about, and I don't even know if you guys knew this, the biggest development project for a Black developer in Detroit history, with a price tag of $130 million. $130 million. So how is the performance and the financing coming together for this, Greg?
It's coming together good. We're pretty much done. We don't have a complete bow on it. We don't have every I dotted, every T crossed. But we're very, very optimistic that in the next 90 to 120 days, we'll have all of that done. So we're feeling very, very good about everything.
Awesome. Richard, there are still some approvals, of course, that are needed to move forward. The city has to actually sell the building, and there are some council approvals and things, some additional hurdles that you guys have to get through. How confident are you in the building sale actually happening and all the approvals going through? How much are they selling the building for, if I can try to get the price tag on it?
So it still has to be laid out with the valuation on the building and its current condition and the surrounding land. And so we're locking that number in. In the press conference, the mayor said it'd be a million or below. And so because of the condition of the building, of course. So that'll be locked in. We feel very confident that, after conversations with city council, but that they'll see the impact and feel comfortable approving the sale. But the first step is going out to the community and getting their buy-in and approval, and understanding explaining the impacts of the project, the positives, hearing their concerns about any potential negative impacts of the project, and how do we offset those. So before we get to the city council approvals, we go to the community and get all their make sure they're heard and come to the community benefits agreement.
I mean, it's really cool to hear developers talking about the community engagement strategy. I think a project of this size and magnitude actually triggers that community benefits agreements ordinance that was enacted a few years ago. So what does that process look like for you all? I mean, are you guys beginning that now? The Neighborhood Advisory Council, is it being set up? And what sorts of things are you looking to hear from the community to be implemented in this project?
Well, that process is starting right now. We expect to have it completed, hopefully by the time we get to June, maybe somewhere in there. There's 8 to 10 meetings that are associated with that. I'm not sure what we expect to hear from the community. What's interesting about this community is that it's largely a business industrial community. Now, there's a greater census tract, I believe, that we reach out to the north, which is called the North End, which used to be very dense, which is very sparse right now. So there is some housing attached to that. I'm not sure exactly what we will hear from from the community as a whole. Our expectation would be that the community would be excited about getting rid of a building that has been part of Detroit's ruined porn for so long, that the community would be excited about reactivating a neighborhood and bringing housing into it. That the community would be, in the city as a whole, would be excited about the prospect of not spending somewhere between, our estimates are $10 to $25 million to have to tear down a structure which would come out of the city budget. And instead of spending that money out of the city budget, now that money can be allocated toward other developments and community projects around the city. Plus, obviously, taking a building that has not been on the city tax rolls for many years and restoring it to the city tax roll. So we would hope that the community would feed into all those positive things and join us in celebrating this and getting it across the finish line.
Yeah, I don't think we can overstate how exciting it is to see two African-American developers working on such a monumental project. One of the things that right now is in the ethos is, the rise of construction costs and the conversation around getting Black-owned Detroit-based talent and contractors. What does your purview and management strategy look like given those caveats, Richard?
So that's one of the things that Greg and Annika, myself, and our partner Kevin Lawan, we always from the beginning felt very comfortable with. We've always tried to use as many Detroit contractors. We believe in their strength, we believe in their expertise, and we believe in speaking with them about any areas where it would that would be a barrier to them being on a project of any size, and helping remove those barriers. We found that to be a successful strategy from a business perspective, and not just from a community or social perspective. So, when the solution to one problem is the solution to the other, then that's perfect. And we were already doing that, and that's what we'll do here.
I want to ask this question of both of you regarding other up and coming African-American developers in the city who are looking at this project essentially, as a North Star to aspire to. Can you, each of you, sort of talk about how you guys see yourselves as Black Detroiters and developers, and how you're holding the door open for those who are coming up behind you who want to do a project of this magnitude one day in their city? Greg, we'll start with you.
I guess I would say it's important for everyone to, Black, white, green, no matter what the color of the person is, excellence is excellence. And irrespective of your color, I think you just need to be excellent in what you're doing, how you present yourself, and how you do the projects that you do. We see this less as a North Star for Black people. I mean, some are trying to hold it up as that, and I guess that's okay. But we really look for today when that label isn't put on our excellence, because it's to some extent it almost sounds like it diminishes what we're doing, as if somehow African Americans can't do the same thing that everyone else does. At what point are we tired of being a good Black developer, a good Black doctor, a good Black dentist, a good Black lawyer? At what point are we just an excellent lawyer, an excellent doctor, an excellent developer? So I think we're happy if it encourages some other people if it says to other African Americans that yes, you can do too. I think that's a good thing. While at the same time, I think we want to be known less for that than we want to be known for our excellence as business people.
Richard, we'll give you the last word.
Yeah, absolutely. So I completely agree. When I think back to our initial conversation, so, you know, I was honored that, you know, someone of Greg's stature and business acumen was interested in partnering with me. And is, you know, and he happened to be Black and I happen to be Black, but I didn't think, oh, you know, even as a Black person, he wants to partner. I was just, you know, I felt like it was a compliment of what I've accomplished that he would want to work with me. And so, you know, and that's one of the interesting things. I think growing up in Detroit and, you know, going to Florida A&M, you know, you probably ended up talking less about race when you're amongst yourself because we're just all Black, right? And so it just felt normal. It was just, you know, a business icon speaking to, you know, a becoming developer and about working together. And you know, obviously, you know, when we open up to the broader world, then people speak more about us being Black, but just, you know, we were just talking about doing a great deal together.
Wow, and a great deal you all are embarking upon. Greg Jackson, Richard Hosey, thank you for joining us on American Black Journal.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.